In 1867, Kansas State University held its first commencement. 3 women and 2 men graduated that year. As the first land-grant university in the nation, this fledgling university had a vision of providing innovative education to all people. That early vision has continued through to the present, with over 250 majors and a diverse student body, including students from all 50 states and more than 100 countries. Becoming one of the nation's top 50 public research universities by 2025 is today's vision for tomorrow. With academic programs among the best in the nation and professors who are leaders in their fields, Kansas State University is an international leader in teaching, learning, service, and research. Today's graduates join over 200,000 alumni who are proud to call K-State their alma mater. Congratulations, and thank you to all those who have supported them through their undergraduate experience at Kansas State University.
Please stand while Noah Lindquist, a senior in music, sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fabulous, Noah, thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. I am Debbie Mercer, and I serve as Dean of the College of Education. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Spring 2017 College of Education Commencement. As we begin our program this morning, I'm privileged to introduce the members of the platform party. I ask them to stand and remain standing. And please hold your applause until the entire group has been introduced. Beginning on your far right, we have Dr. Paul Burden, Assistant Dean of Education, Noah Lindquist, vocalist, Lucia Scott, Student Commencement Speaker, Dr. Todd Goodson, Curriculum and Instruction Department Chair, Ms. Michelle Martinez, Award Recipient, Dr. David Griffin Sr., Assistant Dean of Education, and on my right, Dr. Linda Thurston, Associate Dean and Commencement Speaker, Dr. Tom Hawk, the Young Award Recipient, Ms. Amy Button-Renz, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association, and Dr. Brad Bernheide, Associate Professor. Thank you. You may be seated. This day truly would not be possible without the conscientious, caring, and rigorous attention of a dedicated faculty. And I am honored to introduce representatives of our faculty, and I ask them to stand and remain standing. And once again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Spencer Clark, Lori Goodson, Trina Harlow, Judy Huey, Janine LeMay, Sherry Martini, Leah McKeeman, Kevin Murray, Kaylee Myers, Vicki Sherbert, David Thompson, Jill Wood, Sally Yonke, and I also recognize those faculty serving as marshals, Lotta Larson, Tawny Martinez, Jim Teagarden, Ken Huey, Kimberly Staples, and B. Stoney. Thank you. I also thank Dr. Virginia Hauser, Associate Professor in Music, for providing the organ music for today's ceremony, and Terry Ferguson, Kansas State University alumnus, for providing the bagpiping music. Several years ago, the College of Education initiated an award recognizing the importance of educational administrators in establishing environments that promote student learning. The award was named in honor of Dan and Cheryl Young. exemplary teachers and administrators throughout their careers right here in the Manhattan school system. This year's recipient of the Young Award is Dr. Tom Hawk. Tom, will you please join me? Kansas Senator Tom Hawk is a renowned school administrator, respected legislator, and successful small business owner who has enhanced his innate leadership skills through education and professional development. A proud graduate of Kansas State University, Hawk earned a bachelor's degree in math education, a master's degree in counseling, and a doctoral degree in educational administration. He spent 33 years in the Manhattan-Ogden 383 School District, beginning his career as a junior high math teacher and counselor, and then serving as curriculum director, assistant superintendent for personnel and finance, and finally as superintendent. Like the Youngs, Hawks displayed tireless service to students and families throughout his professional career in education, which became the perfect springboard for his transition to public service at the state level. Hawk served 3 terms as representative for the 67th District and was a member of several prominent legislative committees. In 2012, he was elected to the Kansas Senate for the 22nd District, which includes Clay, Riley counties, and part of Gary County. While the organizations in which he has served over 5 decades is too long to list, Hawk is known for championing causes at the state and local levels for education, agriculture, business, youth organizations, retirees, transportation, faith, and more. It is my pleasure to present Senator Tom Hawk with the 2017 Dan and Cheryl Young Excellence in Educational Administration Award, which includes a plaque, a monetary award of $1,000, and inclusion on a permanent recognition plaque in Bluemont Hall. Please join me in congratulating Senator Tom Hawk. Every other year, the college has an opportunity to designate one of its many fine instructors as a recipient of the Commerce Bank and W.T. Kemper Foundation Award for Outstanding Undergraduate Teaching. Colleges of education feel a special responsibility to highlight quality in teaching. As a result of nominations and after careful consideration by a faculty committee, this year's recipient of the Commerce Bank and W.T. Kemper Foundation Award for Outstanding Undergraduate Teaching is Dr. Brad Bernheide. Dr. Bernheide, please join me. I am pleased to present Dr. Bernheide this certificate. He also received a monetary award from Commerce Bank in the amount of $2,500. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Brad Bernheide. Graduation marks the completion of a planned program of study and related academic experiences. All colleges at Kansas State University recognize the importance of academic advising to the timely achievement of our students' collegiate goals. The recipient of the Catherine A. Holland Excellence in Advising Award is Michelle Martinez. Ms. Martinez, will you join me? Michelle was chosen for this honor as a result of nominations and careful consideration from students and colleagues. I'm pleased to present Ms. Martinez this plaque, a certificate of recognition, and a monetary award in the amount of $1,000. Please join me in congratulating Michelle Martinez. This year, we continue a special tradition during commencement by recognizing outstanding College of Education graduates. Dr. Todd Goodson, Department Chair of Curriculum and Instruction, and Dr. David Griffin, Assistant Dean and Director of the Center for Student and Professional Services, will present the Outstanding Undergraduate Student Awards.
Thank you, Dean Mercer. Today we have the opportunity to honor our outstanding undergraduate students. We know they are well prepared as knowledgeable, ethical, caring decision makers who will greatly impact their future students, schools, and communities. At this time, will the following graduates please come forward to the lower platform to meet Dr. Griffin? Paxton Aiken, Meredith Clark, Emma Miller, Colleen O'Connor, Emily Stolfus, and Rachel Roble. Each semester, we present 2 Outstanding Future Teacher Awards, one in elementary education and the other in secondary education. This award recognizes outstanding future teachers who demonstrate excellence during their professional clinical experiences as supported and documented by their cooperating teachers, university supervisors, and/or clinical instructors. Paxton Aiken of Olathe, Kansas is receiving the Spring 2017 Outstanding Future Teacher Award for Elementary Education. She is a graduate in elementary education with an emphasis in special education. Colleen O'Connor of McPherson, Kansas is receiving the 2017 Outstanding Future Teacher Award for Secondary Education. She is a graduate in English education. Congratulations, Paxton and Colleen. Each semester, faculty identifies several students to receive the Outstanding Undergraduate Student Award. This award recognizes their outstanding scholarship and leadership in college, campus, and community activities. Each of these students exemplifies the meaning of being a knowledgeable, ethical, caring decision maker, thereby reflecting the best qualities of all our graduates. Meredith Clark. Meredith is from Barnard, Kansas, and is a graduate in secondary English education. Emma Miller. Emma is from Manhattan, Kansas, and is a graduate in elementary education with an emphasis in special education. Emily Stolfus. Emily is from St. Joseph, Missouri, and is a graduate in elementary education with an emphasis in English as a second language. Rachel Roble. Rachel is a graduate in secondary English education. She is from Overland Park, Kansas. Congratulations to all of our outstanding student awardees.
Thank you, Dr. Goodson and Dr. Griffin. I am pleased and honored to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Linda Pretzter Thurston. Linda Thurston, a fourth-generation educator, has served the College of Education and Kansas State University for 34 years and is currently a professor in the Department of Special Education, Counseling, and Student Affairs, and Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies. She's the Lydia E. Skeen Endowed Chair in Education. From 2009 to 2011, Dr. Thurston served as a program officer for the National Science Foundation, utilizing her knowledge about gender, disabilities, and evaluation issues in STEM education. Thurston has held leadership positions in professional organizations such as the American Evaluation Association and the American Council on Rural Special Education, and serves on several editorial boards. She's received many awards, including the Michael C. Holen Excellence in Research and Creative Activities Award, a Community Leadership Award from the Leadership Studies Program, Researcher of the Year by the Kansas Council for Exemplary Exceptional Children, and the Director's Award for Excellence by the National Science Foundation. Dr. Thurston is a pioneer. She was instrumental in developing the first college-wide faculty mentoring program at K-State in 1999, and in 2000 she founded the Office of Educational Innovation and Evaluation, which grew to a multi-million-dollar enterprise within the college. She initiated the Prairie Journal of Educational Research, a student-led journal that publishes research by students in the college. In 2014, she provided leadership in developing one of the few graduate certificate programs in social justice education in the nation. Focusing on topics as diverse as special education services in rural areas, inclusive evaluation practices, and gender-based pedagogy, she's published 3 books, 50 professional papers, and made over 200 academic presentations at conferences on 5 continents, including speeches at the White House and the United Nations. A textbook she co-authored is in its 8th edition and has been recently translated into Chinese. In her years at K-State, Thurston has been awarded more than $15 million in external funding. Her hobbies are reading mysteries, about 200 a year, and bird watching, over 700 species on 6 continents, and admiring her grandchildren. When someone asks Linda what she does, she says, "I am a teacher." I'm proud to present Dr. Linda Thurston.
Debbie. Senator Hawk, Dean Mercer, award winners, colleagues, faculty, family, friends, and graduates. Wow, look at you. So you're moving on, huh? Okay. To a new chapter of your life. I think I can speak for the other faculty members in the college who say, we are so excited for you and we're so proud of you. Me too, I'm moving on. You're graduating today from Kansas State University, and in a few weeks I am retiring from Kansas State University. I've been here 34 years, you've been here 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Isn't this a great place to be? Yeah. Now, when a person retires from a long-time career, for some reason, it's called Chapter 2. There are dozens of books written for retirees about Chapter 2. My next chapter is probably Chapter 22. I think of yours as maybe Chapter 2. My Chapter 2 was teaching middle-level students for several years. Other chapters have been parenthood, being a full-time mom, graduate students, being a graduate student, running a restaurant, conducting research a couple of years with the federal government, grandmotherhood, and that last long, really wonderful chapter here at K-State. You too will have many chapters in your book of life, ones that you plan and ones that will just happen. I never would have imagined that decades, almost from the very day that I received my undergraduate diploma, I would have the honor of speaking to you at the day you receive yours. As I reflect on those intervening decades, I realize that there's a common theme, being a teacher and being a learner. How many of you have heard your professors talking about lifelong learning? Yeah, well, they were right. It's true. It's true. You're going to keep right on learning whether you want to or not, okay? So here are 5 very short lessons that I have learned as a teacher and educator since I graduated from college. I thought I'd pass them on to you for you to think about as you learn your own lessons in life. Number 1, learning happens at unexpected moments. I taught 6th graders one year in this building where you could open up the folding doors between classrooms so you could have one big group, or you could close them for your homeroom activities. And my homeroom was working on a unit that centered around Tolkien. Some were writing plays about hobbits, and some were looking up similes, metaphors, and analogies in the Lord of the Rings series. Some were making dioramas, others were trying to write stories with runes, and some were probably doing things that were not in my lesson plans. And we might have been a little loud. Mrs. Johnson, who taught in the class next door, who frequently team taught when we opened our doors, pulled open the folding door about 10 inches and walked into my room to the chalkboard. It was suddenly quiet. She wrote on the chalkboard, C-A-C-O-P-H-O-N-Y, cacophony. Okay, Marge, I said, what does that mean? She looked at me and she looked at the class and she says, you're just going to have to look it up. We did. It means a harsh, discordant sound. I'm sure she meant a loud, discordant sound, but I will never forget that word. Number one, learning happens at unexpected moments. Number two, perspectives differ depending on where you're standing. Being a part of an event or an experience is different depending on what part you are playing in the story. And I have learned that perspectives vary greatly and that one perspective is no more accurate than another. I used to teach a graduate course here on working with parents of students with disabilities. There was a woman in my class whose daughter had a pretty severe learning problem. This mom, we'll call her Patty, told us that her daughter's teacher said to the mom, you must work every night for 2 hours with your daughter, tutoring her or working on homework. Patty said no. Probably not the right perspective from a teacher's point of view, but Patty explained it to the class. She said, I'm a single mom, I work full-time, I have 3 kids, I'm taking graduate classes, and if I have 2 hours to spend with my daughter at night, we're not going to be fighting over homework. As a new teacher, I don't know if I would have appreciated that perspective, but as a parent, I certainly do. Number two, perspectives differ, and there's often no right or wrong. Number three, one person can make a difference. One of my favorite research studies is by Gramazzi and the team, and this was published in 1993, and it was about resilience. And one of the top resilience factors for kids at risk for failure because of contextual factors was the encouragement of one person. And in that series of studies, the subjects could name the person. It was usually a teacher, maybe somebody from the neighborhood. Several years ago, I was working in Nashville with some young men who were working in the Tennessee prison system. This group happened to be all young African-American men who had degrees in social work. And I asked them why they were doing what they were doing. This was part of the lesson, and I was supposedly the teacher, but I learned a lot from those guys. Most of those young men had come from very high-risk backgrounds, and their childhoods contained all those high-risk negative factors. But every one of those young men could name a person who inspired them to stay in school, to drop out of a gang, to move it on up. That one person was a teacher who stayed after school to help him with math. A coach in high school who said, you can get a track scholarship, you're just going to have to stay in school though. One was a neighborhood store owner who yelled, hey, Anthony, you can do better than this. every time Anthony ran by as a third grader with a gang of fifth graders. Decades later, those men could name one person who made a difference in their lives. That's number 3. Number 4, hang on to your sense of humor. I've learned this lesson over and over again from my father, who would tell a story and then laugh until he cried, who made surviving a flood that wiped out his crops and most of his livestock still feel like an adventure, and my son, who thinks it's really funny to send me videos of my grandson running down their driveway, followed by X-wing fighters blowing up the concrete. I think that's an app. Got to keep your sense of humor. When a parent complains about the chess club you've started because chess is a waste of time, got to keep your sense of humor. When your book publisher misspells a name in the title of your book, got to keep a sense of humor. When a flood wipes out your equipment, your crops, and your chickens, got to keep that sense of humor. That's number 4. Number 5, the last one. This is a lesson I keep on learning every day. Kermit the Frog said it best, it's not easy being green. I think maybe Kermit meant it in a metaphorical sense. Being an advocate for education, for all children, for families, for teaching as a profession, not always comfortable or easy. We see attacks on the public school system. We see more and more kids with more and more problems. We see people of influence who think teaching is no big deal, anybody can do it. It's not easy to find the spark of goodness in that orneriest kid in class. It's not easy to stand up for a family that the whole community seems to be against. It's not easy working on lesson plans or grading papers or learning the latest educational technology when everybody else is binging on Game of Thrones. But that's what we do. We are educators. We are caring educators. We are ethical educators. And we stand up for our profession and our students no matter what. Not easy being green, but it's easy being purple, isn't it? Yeah. So that's it. That's my top 5. And I wish you fun and adventures in your professional life as an educator and as a learner. It's been an honor to speak to you for a few minutes this morning. I've been watching graduates cross the stage now twice a year for about 30 years, and I have never ceased to be impressed by your courage and your commitment. You amaze me. I know that each of you will be that one person who makes a difference in the lives of many. Congratulations to you each, and happy learning.
Linda, you have impacted this college and this university in profound ways, and I noticed that Dr. Hawk was taking notes during her speech. To extend remarks on behalf of the students of our college, I'm pleased to introduce Lucia Scott, a secondary speech education graduate from Wichita, Kansas.
Morning, everyone. When I was asked to give this speech, I was told the title would be Reflections. It seemed awfully cliche at first, And my English teachers always taught me to avoid cliches. Well, I don't want to lose any of our future English language arts educators, but I think that reflections is an appropriate platitude for my thoughts on our commencement. It seems like our entire lives, up until this point, are about planning and preparing for what comes next. Middle school is all about preparing for high school. High school is all about preparing for college. College is all about preparing for our future career. Now, don't mistake my meaning. Planning and preparation are important. But how often do we take the time to reflect? And I don't mean reflect on our shortcomings. I don't mean for the 5 seconds it takes to post that time hop photo to Facebook. I mean really stop and reflect. Every person walking across this stage today has a different story. Some of us are only a short way into our tales. Some of us have already written many chapters. And we haven't always gotten to choose what happens during our chronicles. Some of us are here because of our stories. Some of us are here despite our stories. For most of us, it's probably a little bit of both. But we are here. There will be no shortage of reminders today that we are moving to a new chapter in our lives. Plenty of people are excited to congratulate us. And a lot of those congratulations are going to be followed with a, "So what's next?" Take some time, reflect, and congratulate yourself before you move on to what's next.
Thank you. Kansas State University believes in family. Upon graduation, you become a lifelong member of the K-State family. Our nationally acclaimed Alumni Association will serve as your primary connection to the university. To welcome you with a special announcement, I'm pleased to introduce Amy Button-Renz, President and CEO of the K-State Alumni Association.
Thank you, Dean Mercer. I'm pleased to be part of your special day and offer congratulations on behalf of the K-State Alumni Association and over 182,000 living graduates who will be your lifelong K-State family. Today, as you receive your degree, we are excited to celebrate with you and your family. We are also here to welcome you into a new relationship with your alma mater as you begin this new chapter as a K-State graduate. Our mission at the Alumni Association is to inspire and involve lifelong involvement, and that will benefit Kansas State University and all members of our Wildcat community. Embedded in this mission are the core values that guide our efforts to keep you connected with K-State. The first value is link. The Alumni Association provides the lifelong link that alumni depend on to remain connected. You can stay in touch through hundreds of alumni activities held on campus, around the country, and internationally. Another value is tradition. You will likely celebrate a few traditions this weekend as you sing the alma mater as a graduate or take KSU photos at your favorite spot on campus, and I would highly recommend the KSU obelisk at the Alumni Center that Dan and Cheryl Young provided for the Kansas State University family. You might also have fond memories of doing the Wabash at a K-State sports event or rubbing the nose of the bronze Wildcat statue at the Alumni Center for good luck on a test or to ensure a victory over that other university in the state of Kansas. The third core value is purple. For K-Staters, it's more than a color. It's a symbol of pride, connection, and family. When you see someone wearing purple or a K-State class ring or sporting a K-State license plate, you will feel that sense of family. In recognition of your graduation, the College of Education and the Alumni Association are providing you with a complimentary one-year membership to the Alumni Association. We hope you will enjoy the membership benefits and continue to be an active member after your first year. K-State alumni are among the most loyal in the nation. In fact, our membership ranks in the top 5 in the nation and #1 in the Big 12 for percentage of graduates that are members of the association. That loyalty is shared by generations of K-Staters who have the same passion for K-State that you feel today as you receive your degree from one of the finest universities in the nation. The Alumni Association is also pleased to present you today with an exclusive alumni business card holder. As you go through life and your titles and addresses change, please be sure to keep us updated. We want to make sure you are always connected to your K-State family. Congratulations and go Cats!
Thank you, Amy. Now it is time for the most important single event of this morning's ceremony. Will all candidates for bachelor's degrees in both elementary education and secondary education please rise for the conferral of degrees? By the authority granted me by the people of Kansas and the Kansas Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, and upon completion of all degree requirements, I am pleased to confer upon you the respective degrees you have earned at Kansas State University. You may move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. You are now graduates of Kansas State University. Congratulations to all candidates of the class of May 2017. We will now proceed with the presentation of diplomas to the graduates. Will the graduates with a Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education please remain standing? Secondary education graduates, you may be seated. I will make the presentations and be assisted by Dr. Paul Burden, Dr. Brad Bernheide, Dr. Linda Thurston, and Dr. David Griffin.
Paxton Alexandra Aiken. Darian Lina Allen. Alana Morgan Avery. Kelsey Nicole Baird. Rachel Alexis Arbuckle. Katie Rose Bartolak. Amanda Carolyn Bell. Samantha Joanne Bendrick. Natalie Rose Beal, magna cum laude. Alyssa Danielle Bisagnio. Sydney Maria Bowers, cum laude. Sierra Joy Casmer. Leah Elizabeth Chaska. Ashley Elizabeth Collins. Catherine Maureen Cross. Erin Marie Davis. Kristen Elizabeth Dober, magna cum laude. Lisa Marie Enfield, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Kylie Ferris. Eli Taylor Fort. Rachel Jane Frank, summa cum laude. Lyndon Marie Frisch. Natalie Helen Frisch. Dallas Janelle Froome. Bailey K. Guyman. Julia Ann George. Jenna Brienne Golay. Colby Lane Harris. Rachel Marie Hyatt. Haley Nicole Ladd. Caitlin May Hogsett, cum laude. Catherine Nicole Hoyt, summa cum laude. Alyssa Lee Hollinger. Nina Elizabeth Hollingsworth. Jill Nicole Hummel. Stephen Robert Hunt, summa cum laude. Brooke Nicole Jansen, magna cum laude. Danica Lynn Johnson, summa cum laude. Madison Hope Johnson, magna cum laude. Courtney Ann June. Catherine Ellen Karst, summa cum laude. Nicole Marie Kirk. Lonnie Ann Kite, summa cum laude. Alexis Ann Klein. Kaylee Renee Klein. Desiree Brienne Nider. Hannah Elizabeth Koch. Robin K. LaRue. Emily Ann Lieb, cum laude. Darissa Michelle Maley, cum laude. Caitlin Ann Cole McGraw. Ellie Noel Miller. Emma Ann Miller, summa cum laude. Michaela Suzanne Mitchell, magna cum laude. Shelby Lynn Morgan. Stephanie Ann Morrison, magna cum laude. Alyssa Janelle Noble. Jennifer Lynn Obie, magna cum laude. Olga Pavlova. Marissa Karen Perez. Mary Catherine Pedersen. Brittany Danielle Pfaff, cum laude. Morgan Renee Powell. Courtney Nicole Pretty, magna cum laude. Eric Redziski. Megan Marie Reese. Christina Elaine Rowe, cum laude. Kaylin Michelle Rumford. Molly K. Schoendaller. Holly Olivia Schoonover, cum laude. Riley Colleen Shea. Emily Brown Sowers. Cassidy Ray Stauffer. Lacey K. Snow Stockton. Emily Hokup Stolfus, summa cum laude and honors program completer. Megan Ray Strite, magna cum laude. Kelly Christine Sweeney. Mackenzie Elizabeth Swiger. Emily Michelle Veach. Samantha Lynn Voigt. Sarah Lynn Watkins, magna cum laude. Alexandra Beckford Watson. Rachel Eileen Welch. Catherine Jo Wernes, summa cum laude. Kayla Marie Yost. Alexis Simone Hullaby.
Please join me in congratulating our elementary education candidates. You may be seated. Will graduates with the Bachelor of Science degree in secondary education please rise and remain standing?
Seth Eldon Alexander. Mitchell Leonard Baumgardner, cum laude. Michael Dane Begley. Jacob Bryant Biostad. Adam Bleesner. Brandon Branscombe. Blanca Yadira Bueno. Meredith Kelly Clark. Tyler A. Klubine. Brooke Audrey Cooper, magna cum laude. Caitlin Ray Curtis. Chi Un Doherty. Jeffrey Allen Ducine. Jacob Allen Easterberg. Chloe Noel Infield. Daniel Mark English. Savannah Marie Floyd. Timothy Declan Fogarty. Brian James Hagstrom. Carissa McGee Hammock, magna cum laude. Sarah Margaret Heffernan, cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Hemmert. Tyler Chase Hine. Dane Kirby Janner. Haley Nicole Jenkins. Anne Marie Urach. Anna Christine Girdle Jones, summa cum laude. Mary Chesley Kilgore, cum laude. Jubilee Rose Kinney. Catherine Nicole Crayley. Samantha Lauren Cruz. Caden Arden Laptep, summa cum laude. Jordan Christian Little. Caitlin Sarah Lowry. Blake Morgan Madsen. Diana Martinez Abarca. Nicole Marie McKinnon, cum laude. Shannon Renee Miller. Sarah Brielle Nider. Colleen Ray O'Connor. Dylan Brendan Owings. Daniel James Patterson, magna cum laude, honors program completer. Madeline Grace Plankers, summa cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Queen, cum laude. Adam Joseph Schmitz. Anna Elizabeth Schneeberger, magna cum laude. Mallory K. Schneeberger, cum laude. Lucia Gina Scott, cum laude, honors program completer. Rachel Catherine Schrog, cum laude. Caitlin Rachel Smith. Ashley Nicole Strasser. Margaret Page Thomas. Morgan Elizabeth Tull. Allison M. Walker. Brooke Waters, cum laude. Samantha Lynn White. Melissa Marie Wiltrout. Callie Anne Marie Windhalls. Rachel Lillian Roble. Samuel James Young.
Please join me in congratulating our secondary education graduates. You may be seated. We thank all parents and guests for attending today. Your support helped your special graduates succeed on their academic journey. As we conclude our ceremony today, please stand and join us as Noah Lindquist leads the 2017 graduates in the singing of the alma mater for the first time as graduates of Kansas State University. Thank you, Noah. Will the platform party, faculty, and graduates prepare for the recessional march? The graduates will recess up the stairs to the concourse where friends and family members may join them. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate this special event. One more round of applause for all of our graduates. And go Cats!